Welcome back to the Real J Bob YouTube channel. I'm starting a new series which I am calling deathmatch stories, where I just basically play a deathmatch in Valorant, since I've been doing a lot more of those to practice my aim because I want to get better at the game, and tell wacky stories from my past. I have a lot of them. Growing up as a dairy farm kid in the Pacific Northwest, going to a very hick high school, I have a lot of crazy stories, stuff, running from cops. We sold drugs for a while, riding our dirt bikes on the roads, massive parties. We used to have these huge parties up in the woods where we'd build these gigantic bonfires because there's mountains all over in the Pacific Northwest, and we go to the tops of these mountains, far away from any police presence. We'd burn these massive bonfires and get really drunk and fight. But all sorts of crazy stories. I hope that you stick around to hear them. I'm going to be telling all sorts of stuff from my past just because it's so long ago now, and I can change people's names. Hopefully the cops don't try and come and get me. I mean, I don't even live there in the same area anymore, so if they do hear anything about it, fuck them. Don't arrest me. I'm an adult now. Statute of limitations and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into it. Deathmatch stories. Today's story.
Deathmatch.
Me and one of my good friends, my older brothers, accidentally started a drug ring when we were in high school. Me and my friend were in high school. Oh, fuck. Haha! Get spawned on, kid. What the fuck is this strafing? Okay, Yoros, don't mind if I do. Back to the story, the drug ring. So my older brother was a couple years, he's exactly 10 years older than me, so he can get his hands on things that us 16-year-olds could not, and things like nicotine per se, or alcohol. And what we found out while I was in high school, I went to a very redneck high school, was kids would do anything, the redneck boys, that's embarrassing, would do anything to get their hands on a can of chewing tobacco, like Copenhagen, Wintergreen, stuff like that. And at the store, they could be had for $8-10 bucks a piece, and obviously if you're a minor, you might pay a premium on that. But at the reservation, you could get these 5-can logs for $12.50 a piece, or you could get these 10-can logs for around 20 bucks, something like that. And so obviously there's money to be made illegally. But what we would do is my brother would get 10 of these logs, and we would sell them obviously for $10-15 bucks a piece. And dude, I'm not even gonna try and fight that after. She's just a movement demon. And what happened is that very quickly the administration caught on to that, this tomfoolery that we were up to. But the thing is my friend was the one who would sell, and I was the one who would keep it on me because I had a truck and I would drive to school, and I'd keep it either in my truck or in my backpack. And when they called my friend into the office to search him, I very promptly went out to my truck and hid all of the cans of chew underneath there's a spot where you can put up a spare tire, and then there's a little gap above the spare tire, and I put everything up inside the spare tire underneath the bed of my truck, so it was up in the undercarriage. You'd have to be pretty smart to look there, a border patrol type people, they look in spots like that. Not school though. And they made a big deal of it, right? They brought out drug dogs and whatnot, but obviously drug dogs, they don't hit on chewing tobacco. They're trained to find narcotics, not legal drugs. It's illegal for minors to have it, but it's totally legal for adults to have it. So obviously drug dogs aren't trained to find that sort of thing. And they tried to spook us. They tried to search my truck. They brought me into the office, but obviously the drugs were already hidden away. I mean, our chewing tobacco, call them drugs if you may, are legal drugs. But the thing about things heating up is that's actually pretty good for business, because after that our prices doubled, even tripled, But, you know, since kids are addicted to nicotine, we were still making big bucks. But eventually it got so hot that we kind of had to slow down, and we only did it for about a year. And then people asked us if we were going to keep selling. We're like, nah, it's too hot. Obviously, like, we'd sell chew cans to, like, our close friends, but we weren't as widespread of an operation anymore. But at our peak, we were selling, like, dude, it was like 100 cans a week of chewing tobacco to kids of, you know, all walks of life under the age of 18. And there was like other 18-year-olds that were doing it, but we had such a grip on the industry that we just like choked them out of business. We were like the only ones who were safe to do business with. And since we were moving so much, it made it so hot that like the other older kids wouldn't risk it. But since we were still minors, we were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it. Crazy stuff. That's not even like the wildest of our exploits, dude. There was we had an entire, but this is like a story for another time. We had an entire underground boxing ring that we held in one of the boys' bathrooms for a while. Remember, I saw something in the patch notes. The Pearl looks different now. Is this only for deathmatch, or is this like in every mode? I love getting shot in the back.
See ya.
They're all body shots. Not clean. Woo! But yeah, that's the story of how I became a drug lord. Please subscribe for more, because I have all sorts of wacky, crazy stories from time to time, and I want to get better at Valorant.